Hello everyone, thanks for listening to this introduction. My name's Geoff Goodwin, pastor at Bethesda Church in Royton. We're introducing you to the Emergency Food Project that presents a new strategy to provide lots of people with lots of food reasonably easily and at low cost at maximum safety. Approximately 38,000 children in Oldham are living beneath the poverty line. Being well fed is a critical requirement for a child to learn. Since March 2019, Bethesda Church Royton has been operating this model of providing free food to anyone who asks. Simplicity and food safety are at its heart. Using only 9 basic food items costing £6 and Tesco frozen ready meals 12 at 69p in the standard package. The two schemes on this presentation on slides 3 and 4 seek to develop the model for mass usage, utilising schools and other specialists, caterers, and a large network of small local hubs similar to our church. Funding has not been a problem. It simply comes from the church and our Facebook friends. Here is the basic setup. Each outlet has a freezer into which frozen ready meals are put, bagged 12 at a time, as you see there. Alongside that is a set of shelves that have the 9 items of food on, and here's a photograph of the 9 items of food plus the ready meals alongside them. You can see it's a really good package for less than £18. And I was encouraged recently to see that the kitchen staff at Manchester United had got into the frozen food market. I know smaller areas are doing that as well, where they provided 5,000, local schools with 5,000 frozen ready meals at the beginning of this term. They want to beef this concept up, so our scheme one to beef it up is to use existing schools caterers in schools kitchens, not to using the caterers directly, not to burden the school, but on site in the school kitchen. Food to make frozen ready meals is sourced from the caterer's present supplier, obviously cooked by themselves, cooking an extra 10 or 20 extra meals every day, where they store in a freezer dedicated for the Emergency Food Project outlet. Now that outlet is situated off-site, so it's once again it's not a burden to the school, and it's run by independent volunteers, respected people in that local community. 9 basic food items are sourced from Aldi and Lidl and packed into bags, each costing, as I say, £6. And then the freezer is stocked in the outlet from the freezer at the school. Hopefully 55 pence, give or take, would be the cost of those meals. At each outlet, put the bags of basics on shelves and frozen meals into the freezer, ready for COVID-friendly delivery and collection. And now all caring agencies across the town and individuals themselves may apply to the outlets for some free food, and of course the school welfare workers can access it themselves as well. Coming to the second string to this bow for beefing up the availability of this food, and we propose to use the bread and butter thing and fair share people, at least to ask them and see if they will engage with us on this concept. And the concept is as follows: Scheme 2, flow chart from store to street. The food is sourced from Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's, etc., as they existingly now do. And it's taken to the main building of bread and butter thing or the fair share people, where it's divided to the existing work that they're doing. We don't want to take away from that, and so they will allocate resources to the charities and deliver as normal. The charities will receive those as normal and distribute as normal, not interfering with that at all. but also recognising someone recently said they have more food than they know what to do with. So we know what to do with it. Bring it here and allocate it to the 10 boroughs of Oldham. Divide it into 10 and send it out to the 10 boroughs of Oldham. Deliver food allocation to the newly designated buildings in the 16 Oldham districts. So Oldham has 16 districts. There are 16 children's centres. We want a building somewhere alongside them to take this food, where they will bag it into the basic items bags and cook and freeze it into ready meals. And then when they got to that stage, they can be distributed to the local hubs around those 16 centres. And once again, you've got that situation, the ease of access, and because there's so many, it's easy for people to work themselves. So at each outlet, once again, put the bags of basics on shelves, frozen meals into the freezer ready for COVID-friendly delivery and collection. Sometimes it's much easier to deliver than it is to have somebody to go and wait for somebody to come and then they don't turn up. So delivering is quite a friendly way to work. If each of the caterers in the 114 schools in Oldham were to cook an extra 20 meals each day, that would release 11,400 meals each week for distribution to those families and individuals in need, and indeed simply on low-income families. Add to this an allocation from one of the 16 larger bread and butter people and the fair shares resourced kitchens proposed, we then have a substantial resource. My statement of appreciation is we recognise the massive effort across Oldham and Manchester, and indeed all over the country, of all the voluntary organisations with their workers in the area of food. As you continue to do your amazing work, we ask you to tweak it a little, if possible, by pioneering with us in this emergency element to increase the scope of the network and to meet the need of those in crisis. The requirement from any new frontline partners in this network will simply be for them to have a phone number available to the public from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and a willingness for this number to be used for referral by the Oldham helpline, with a commitment to respond urgently, say within 12 hours or maybe 24 hours. Note: not using frozen ready meals is acceptable, but must meet the criteria of being a substantial package of good, in-date food, ready to eat. With thanks. Please do feel free to contact me and talk to each other about it as well. Develop your own concept of how you can enter into this scheme of things so that we're getting coordinated. Okay, thanks very much for your time.